Hey guys. So I guess you could consider this a bit of a follow-up, not in 4K, but regular 1080p. On a video I did yesterday called "I Changed Things Up a Bit." You can consider this basically like a follow-up, part two, if you will. But I did change things up again a little bit more today because I was thinking about this yesterday after I changed things up a bit more. I was thinking to myself, like, okay, I have, you know, I have these mini consoles, the SNES, the NES, the retro bit that I talked about in the rec room yesterday, because that's why I filmed it. The Genesis Mini over there, and then even my TurboGrafx, original TurboGrafx, and PS2. I was thinking to myself, well, I have these mini consoles lying about, and I can't just, keep going into, the guest room all the time. I can't just be going in here, all the time, to play my systems. I mean, I have some systems in here and that's great, but I can't just keep going in here all the time. So I was thinking to myself, well, I have this here. I have this shelf here, this bookshelf, record shelf, whatever you want to call it, here. And I also have this extra, surge protector that I bought originally for the alarm thing. Well, not the alarm, yeah, the alarm thing, if you will. I originally bought it for that, but we haven't used it yet, or haven't used it since I bought it, and the alarm's working fine. Basically, what I did by accident is I almost kind of crushed the thing when I pushed this part of the couch back. I almost crushed the thing because the thing's right there. I don't know if you can see it very well, but it's right there, if you will. In fact, let me turn on the light so you can see a little bit better. But yeah, you see that white thing right there? In fact, I'll zoom in. Maybe you can see that better if I do that. Yeah, but you see that right there? Yeah. Basically, I pushed this back a little too quickly one time, and I hit that, and it almost felt like it crushed it, but it didn't. Thank the Lord, and it still works. It still works and everything. This is the doorbell ringer. This allows us to know when somebody's at the door. But like I said, I almost crushed that, but thank the Lord I didn't. So we haven't, so we were going to use the surge protector and haven't used it since. So I was figuring, okay, well, we haven't used it, you know, since that moment. We haven't used it since that moment, or even unwrapped it, and I was figuring to myself, well, we have it lying about. What can I do with it? What can I do with it? And again, after I rearranged everything here and I put everything over here, even with the figures, the thought went in my mind, well, I could act, because I had this extra monitor. This extra monitor I had because what it was is that my nephew, my third oldest nephew, had said that basically the TV that was in there originally, not the Vizio, which was mine, but the TV that was in there originally, which was, and I'm going to turn on the light so you guys can see this a little bit better. But the TV that was originally in there, which is this right here, and this still works. In fact, all of this kind of technically still works in a way. That's my beast tower, if you will. But basically, this still works. My Sanyo, if you will, it still works. The only problem was the fact that the pictures seem to be like a little, I wouldn't say crooked, but slightly crooked. Like, it just, it's like, you would see the video 3, symbol when you would switch over to games. And basically, everything would look fine. Just be like, it'd be like this is all straight here. This thing's all straight, but it'd be kind of like slightly like a tiny bit tilted, not much, to where it was still viewable and watchable. So that was good. But anyway, what happened basically is I had this adapter here. I actually had this A2. It's what I'm using right now for my GameCube, but I had this AV2 HDMI, AV2 HDMI 1080p converter, and I had that all set up for them to play, like the Wii games, well, mainly the Wii games and everything. But they kept kind of complaining that it just, and there was something about the imagery. I don't know. Something like the picture wasn't coming on too much or something. I don't know. So, long story short, we decided, okay, we're going to go buy another screen. And I basically, because me being me, said, well, Mom, we could do that. So why not get this? And my original thought was this is going to have sound, but it doesn't. It's just a regular monitor. You got to apply the sound yourself. You got to apply the sound yourself. And I looked on the back here and I don't see, and maybe I'm not seeing it right. Sorry for the upside downness, but maybe I'm not seeing it right. And I'll put on the flash here so you guys can see. But maybe I'm not seeing it right, but I don't see anything to connect sound to. And if I see it in the video here along with you guys, that will be different. But, I got this originally, and we had some extra speakers. I think they're stored away somewhere in the guest room or in the garage somewhere. But basically, the speakers allowed us to have sound to this. It allowed us to have sound. Now, we could still get sound and everything. What I'd have to do mainly, because this is how I got sound the last time using those speakers. I bought this. I bought this here. And this kind of helped us get a little bit of sound, if you will. It helped us get a little bit of sound in there. So that was good. That kind of helped us out. So I might have to get one of those again down the line. I think I might have one of those. I'm not really sure. An extra one, I should say. But after I bought my 4K a couple of years ago, I decided to move the Vizio over to here. I moved the Vizio over to here, so they could have a better television and they can have sound and all that. And then what I did is I went over here and took this. I took this thing and put it in here for a while. There were times I actually put it on top of my record player and said, okay, I'm going to use that for like to kind of have a better screen of my laptop. But I figured I can do that later if I want to. And also I have my television. So if I ever get like a long, very long ass HDMI cable, I could just do it like that. Anyway, again, I decided to just keep that in the closet for a bit. And as I was saying, the moment I switched things up here, that's when it dawned on me, and I saw my figures on there. I mean, of course, those were there, and then of course the other figures. But over time, it was like, okay, something feels like it needs to change. Like something needs to be changed a little bit. And I was thinking to myself, what do I need to change? What could I do? What needs to be changed, right? And the thought was, okay, what can I do? What could I change? What could necessarily need a change? And then it just dawned on me, why not just, take the monitor, put it here, and move some of the figures elsewhere to where you could still see them. And basically, oh, I just dropped my thing there. And basically, you could have another option outside of that to play your games on, but not just the games on there, because those are connected to my TV. That being my Xbox and my Xbox 360 and my PS4 and PS5. But have another option to, play, let's say your mini consoles. Because again, as I mentioned earlier, I have these about, and I have the adapters to make the PS2 and the Xbox and the TurboGrafx 16 play in HDMI. So it's like, why not just, the thought process was, why not just use the other monitor, clear this up a little bit, put your figures where you could find them, but, but keep some out where you could see them, but also have space now to put the monitor on and play the games that you have, play the mini consoles that you have. And to me, that was like, oh, that's a good idea. Let's do that. And that's what I've been doing. Well, that's what I did today, this morning, just a little bit ago. I know this video is going a little longer than it should, but I'm trying to catch you guys up as to why this all happened, But basically, that was my decision. Just take the monitor I had in the closet, put it up here, take some of the figures, put some of the figures, over here, like some of them are up here. believe it or not, and down here, well, mainly. But I got some of the figures up here, if you will. I'll turn the light on so you can see. I got some of the figures up here now, so that helps out. And it actually clears up space a little bit. Actually clears up some space over here now, so I don't have to worry too much. I don't have to worry too much about anything, crowding or preventing the door from shutting. So I moved some of the stuff there. And then what I did is that's the extra goblet I have, the one that broke. That's the first one I got. I put that was back here before, so I put that over here. This one I had right there for a bit, then I just moved it up here. Celestia and Luna I put right here for the time being. So what that means for my Rarity and my Khalees plushes, I may just have to move them elsewhere. Just figure it out. Maybe I'll just put them right here and be done with it. Make it easier. Yeah, it's probably what I'll do. I'll just put them right here. But anyway, I moved those here. I kept my little mini Funkos of Celestia and Luna right there. And then over here, I moved some of the figures and put them as part of the Canterlot Sequestria castle I bought years ago when the movie came out. So they're now all a part of this. They're all, here as a part of the as a part of the set and everything. I even put DJ Pone right in front of my multi-CD player. This CD player used to be my grandpa's. It used to be my grandpa's. And what I have connected to it, or mainly to the this is my vinyl Bluetooth record player and Bluetooth. It's Bluetooth, so you can play music from your phone and everything on there. I have that but it's also a record player. So basically, like I said, this used to be my grandpa's. I have CDs in there, and if I have to take them out, I can. The remote's right there. But again, I put DJ Pone, if you will, vinyl scratch in front of it. And I just, added some of the extra figures up here, if you will, including one that was in the closet. That's Luna. That's Luna right there. You see what I have her, so she's watching over everything. And then, of course, I put some figures here and all that. And then I put another figure over here as well. So, I have room. I have space and room to do this kind of stuff in as much as I can now. But yeah, I moved this. I basically did all that. I moved them all over there. And so I can make room for this. And I can finally have an extra monitor to play my games on and such. And maybe do more with in the future. Gadget. This is my gadget figure. I'm looking around here right now where I could put her. And I think I may have found my area, which is right here. Sorry about that, guys. I may have to, do this in two. But like I said, I may have found my area right here. So we're going to place her up here. We're going to place Gadget up here, if you will, if I can. There we go. And then we'll, hold on, let me get, there we go. Get Rainbow Dash out of there. There we go. We got Gadget and Rainbow Dash together. How about that? Gadget and Rainbow Dash together. How about that? So that's pretty cool. I'll take a picture of that currently. But yeah, I'll take Spike here. This is a Spike dog tag for the movie. A Spike dog tag, if you will. I'll take that. And I might just put him in here with the rest of the stuff. Put him in there. That's pretty cool. But anyway, yeah, she used to be over here where I have the TMNT thing now. Because I had to move that to make room for, for Zecora in that treehouse. But yeah, basically, long story short, like I said, what I did is I just, I took this and, I basically took it, out of the closet and finally decided, that since I have these mini consoles and stuff, that I might as well put them to use. So that way I'm not always going back and forth. Because the other thing as well, besides, my third oldest nephew, staying here, for spring break or for the weekend or whatever, is my mom likes to sit in this couch, sit in this chair here, and I gotta fold my clothes here. I do apologize, for that. I do apologize for that. But what my mom likes to do, she likes to sit down here and look out the window. As she says, she likes to sit down here and look out the window and see what's going on in the neighborhood, or at least with the neighbors. And she rarely does that, though. She rarely does that. I think she only says that because it's to discourage any thought process of turning this into, an extension of my room, if you will, because she doesn't want that. She doesn't want that. But I think the reason she doesn't want that, in my honest opinion, and I was looking at this because, this is her room. This is the master bedroom. And you can see how big it is, how wide it is. She has a bathroom with it too. So you're thinking, oh, that's pretty big, right? You're thinking that's pretty big. But when you combine maybe the width of my room here, which is basically about the same width here, you're looking at something that might be slightly bigger in total. Like you look at the size, like from here, because it goes to here, basically. That's how big the room is. And then mine's pretty much, the same way. It goes from here to here. So when you combine that, you could pretty, from this, when you combine it from this length to there, and then from here, and then, here, if you will, it's pretty much about the same size, if not bigger, slightly bigger, and combined, than my mom's master bedroom. So yeah, I think that's why she doesn't want me to do it, because she doesn't want me to have have in total a room that's slightly bigger than hers, to do with as I please. But I think over time she might have to relent to that. She's going to probably relent. It just takes time right now. I think because she works and everything, she's not giving herself, I wouldn't say she's not giving herself, but what she's doing is she's not considering, oh, I might have some of my stuff in here, but this could be Brian's down the line, and all we'd have to do is rearrange some things, as well. Because she has her plants in here, this is like one way she does it. And I think over time, what will happen, this is my opinion, what I think will happen over time is she's going to basically, what's going to happen over time is I think, what she's going to do is basically we're going to clean out that garage. We're going to organize the garage. And I think what will happen is after we do that, then she'll start contemplating, okay, what else, like what in here can we put in there when it's organized, like what can we take from here, put in there? Like maybe the doghouse, maybe we're not really sure, maybe we won't because that was our dog, so we like to keep that in here. But still, basically, I think that's her mindset. Like she wants to take care of that garage first, and then she'll look into this and be like, okay, what can we take from here, put into the garage, to kind of organize this even more so, to make it more cleaner than, make it more, roomier than it is now. What can we do? And I think, with that being part of her mindset, that might be where she considers, okay, Brian's got a lot of his stuff in here with some of mine, but it's mostly his. I could potentially give it to him as long, as he doesn't always like hog it, and in other words, what she would mean by what I mean by that is she would probably give it to me with the mindset of, remember, it's partially your room, but when I want to go in there and sit on the chair, I want to sit on the chair. I want to have some peace. And the reason I think that day's coming is because that drawer here has most of my clothes. That's my clothes drawer. So that it's a little difficult, when my nephew's here, but I'm patient about it till he gets up and everything, or I just knock on the door and then come in and get my clothes, or I set my clothes in my room or in the bathroom for the next day so I don't disturb him. But like I said, I think that day is coming eventually. It's just gonna, take some time because, like I said, she knows that basically, she's gonna have to, probably give up part of that room to me, which in a sense she already has, but you know what I'm talking about. Like, okay, like over time, I would have more stuff incorporated in here that's mine over hers, but it would take time. It would take a lot of time. Even my brother-in-law is like, he looks at this and it's like, why don't you just, why don't you just use that room now too? And I'm like, and I have to tell him, yeah, she's not going to let me do that. But, even when he and my sisters are like, yeah, yeah, mom, you're going to probably have to, give him this room eventually to be, an extension of his own. That's usually a sign. But again, I think it's mainly because of the fact, as I said earlier, that when you combine these together, like if you merge these two rooms together from a length perspective, from this end to that end, and then width-wise, so like, it ends right here, which is my room. It ends like right there, if you will, and right there. And then same with this. It's kind of slightly just a bit bigger than hers, in size, just slightly bigger, I think. But anyway, I know I got a little off track, guys, but as I was saying, mainly to get back on topic, I basically switched this out to, so I could have basically a little bit more, a little bit more options, if you will, to be able to basically play my mini games. So that way, as I was getting into before I got off track there, I don't always have to come in here and, turn this on and all that. And if my nephew is staying the night or staying the week or whatever, I don't have to disturb him, and he could just, have the room to himself and everything. So, that's pretty much what the plan is right now. That's pretty much what the plan is right now. Just to go with that. I mean, I'm still going to come in here and play my Switch on the television if I have to, on my GameCube or my Wii or my Wii U. I'm still going to do that. But, like when it comes to the mini consoles and everything, I can just have them in here. And the reason it makes it easier for me to have them in here is if I want to capture some footage, I got that right there. I got my thing right here, if you will. I have my footage thing right there. But anyway, I just thought I'd tell you guys that. I know it went a little longer than the original video I did that this is a follow-up to. I do apologize for that. I know it sounded like I rambled on, but I just wanted to let you guys know that things have changed up again a bit more in this follow-up. Let me know what your thoughts are overall. Do you think it's a good idea of what I've done here? So that way I can have an extra, screen to play my games on, even without sound for the time being, which I will remedy down the line. But let me know what your thoughts are. And until next time, guys, I will talk to you all later.